Power to the truth. We'll call this video Educate to Liberate. My name is Peter S. Lopez, Acapita de Aslan. I'm transmitting to you from Sacramento, California, and I believe many of us know that education is key for us to advance in life and to try to live good lives without living hand to mouth, to be able to get a good education, a formal education, but not be restricted to just a formal education. It's one thing to be ignorant and not know, and another thing to know and pretend that you're stupid about what you know. And in a way, we are blessed to live in these times because now we have the power of the internet to help educate people. I believe the government should provide free computers and free internet access to all of us. Period. It won't though, it won't. We spend billions on war, and we, the people, we allow that. So we can't just blame the government for stuff. You know, we the people have had to take responsibility too. So we share the blame for us being in such a sad state of affairs. We have a situation now where elections 2016 is going to be a rigged election, and though Bernie Sanders is running as a Democrat, which I think is, I'm a radical. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I'm a radical motherfucker. And by all rights, Bernie should get the Democratic nomination. Chances are he won't. Chances are Hillary Clinton will get the nomination, and Hillary Clinton will be the next President of the United States. And it's all rigged. It's all rigged. I graduated from high school in 1969, and then for a while I went to school at Sac State on the ELP program. When I was in high school, I helped to create, and others helped to create the first ethnic studies class in Sacramento City Unified School District. Then I went to Sac State on the ELP program. We helped create that too, the whole process of the Chicano movement and other movements that were rising up at the time, you know, the Black Studies movement. And so I ended up getting married, and I quit college, got a job, etc. Marriage didn't work out anyway, so maybe I'll go to school this next semester, take online courses. I believe that education should be a lifelong learning process. Of course, the whole educational system is just screwed up. And, for example, we're never really taught in school the true history of the United States. And if you can, Google Howard Zinn, Z-I-N-N, Howard Zinn, People's History of the United States, and learn about what happened in history. You know, you should be a constant gardener. You know, be constantly educating yourself and help set an example for your children. Like say, if your children see you at the TV with a can of beer, it creates different impact than if they see you sitting down quietly reading a book. So parents need to take the initiative and set the example for their children or their teenagers, and to be a good role model instead of the local doping dealer, instead of the local hustler. You know, the parents should be better role models than they are. And we need to be able to admit when we do not know and not assume. For example, when I first saw a picture of Che Guevara in the poster, the moment where he's kicking back with a cigar, I thought that was a movie star because the movie was out at the time, a long time ago. And so then I started reading Che Guevara, Venceremos. And I realized, wow, this dude was a fucking communist. And so he helped to open up my mind to ideas about socialism and other stuff. And then I had gotten married, and I had the free time just to study. Probably drove my wife nuts at the time because my mind was so starving for knowledge. And so I read Karl Marx, B.I. Lenin, Chairman Mao, Che Guevara, Frantz Fanon, what I consider the masterworks on revolutionary theory and practice. And here I am years later, and I have criticism about the old theories and practices of socialism. I don't think it's necessarily scientific that any kind of knowledge base needs to be open-ended, where we realize we don't know everything, nor can we know everything. At least we need to be open to new ideas, new concepts, new discoveries, so that we don't become stagnant in our knowledge, so we're able to understand that we are ignorant of all that we do not know. And to me, knowledge comes from, our genuine knowledge comes from direct experience. Direct experience. And what is direct for me could be indirect for you. So we learn from each other, and you don't have to be a teacher with a formal degree to teach what you do know. You know, parents have a special role in society to make it a better society for all of us. You know, where we should take the time to sit down and talk to our children and listen to our children. And many youth nowadays are so scattered out that we're going to lose them. You know, where they rather spend time around their peer group and learn from their friends who may not be the wisest ones around, instead of being around their parents and learning from their parents. I know when I was younger, I just couldn't wait to move the hell out, because my dad and I didn't always get along, and he wanted me to just be a regular wage slave and work all my life and retire and die fat and happy. It didn't happen like that. It wasn't even hot about that day me going to college. He wanted me to go to Campbell Soup, you know, which is okay. You know, two of my uncles retired from Campbell Soup. I'm saying that now that we have the internet, we really need to learn how to utilize it in ways that will help us. I was involved in the War on Poverty years. I worked at Washington Community Council. I was a youth organizer. We had a little newspaper called La Voz de la Juventud, the voice of the youth. And it was pretty effective. It was a small little local paper, mimeograph machine. Back when you had, you know, your stencil and your mimeograph machine, 500 sheets to a ream of paper, and we put out, I guess it was like a 4-page newsletter. It was small, but you know, we got the word out, especially on the local level about our upcoming events. And if you look at the Black Panther Party paper, when it was around, it was a powerful instrument for educating people. And now we have the internet, where you can type up something, if you can create a video, and you can spread that all over the world. Do you really realize how much potential power we have to educate people, to raise consciousness on so-called social media, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram? Use your imagination. Of course, we know that Facebook is a CIA data mining operation where they don't even have to spy on us. We just put all the shit out there on Facebook, you know. And usually stuff has a positive and a negative to it. The positive is that we can share stuff, and as we do that, we got to remember that whatever you transmit over the internet is up for grabs by anyone, potentially. And I don't care if you have, you know, your encrypted network, your Tor or Thor or whatever, and whatever goes over the internet, it's out there. So we can't be naive. Now in the USA, we are under constant surveillance. You know, we're being watched. We're being tracked. We're being monitored. And you can say, well, if I'm not doing nothing illegal or nothing wrong, Why do I care if the government spies on us? The idea that it's the invasion of your privacy. And so I've crossed over that line long ago where I'm not going to pretend to be anonymous. And I will speak my truth as I see it, the way I see it, the way I want it. And I'm open to constructive criticism, and I try to engage in honest self-criticism. You know, I support like the 12 Steps program, where we need to be aware and do a daily inventory of our assets and our liabilities, so that we check ourselves, so that we become more and more self-aware of who we are. And in a way, we're at a point where, you know, we get so much information that a lot of us don't take the time to really check it out, to really study it, to really digest it. You know, really many people online say they have ADD, attention deficit disorder, or ADHD. I believe that's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And in other words, many of us have a problem paying attention, concentrating, focusing, sticking to a subject. And I admit I have those tendencies too, but I don't call it a disorder. I call it a tendency. So I try to be conscious of the here and the now. Go with the flow, yet be aware of the direction of that flow. And every day I love to learn. I love to learn. And, you know, they call it critical thinking. I think of it more as analytical thinking, where many times we don't really do proper analysis when we do activities that we engage in actions, where we just kind of go there half-assed, half-witted, without really good analysis about, well, what am I getting involved in here? Who are these people? Are there hidden agendas? Many times we find that there's more than meets the eye. And many people can be deceitful. They manipulate you with emotions, guilt trips. And believe it or not, many people lie. I know that's hard to believe, but many people do lie. And so we need to be aware and ask yourself, well, what's in it for this guy? Why am I even doing this video? Who gives a shit? You know, so we have a good understanding of the motives of why people do what they do. So now that we have the internet, we should share what we can without being scared. And I discuss, you know, many issues, and I get disgusted by people who at heart are cowards. They're cowards. You know, they got to kiss ass to their boss, and they got to kiss ass to an authority figure, when they're just cowards. C-O-W-A-R-D-S. So we need to break through the fear. We need to break out of the mind lock that fascism has us all, has many people locked down in. And freely express ourselves. And human rights are like muscles, you know, they're like muscles. We have to use them or lose them. And try to live as freely as you can, as expressively as you can. And don't get hung up on what others think, or what they think. Who in the hell is they? So much stuff is just generated by our own hang-ups. So we need to continue to educate, to liberate, and in a way, be patient. Like say, those who wanted to, you know, have Bernie Sanders to be president and all that, but they weren't really, or they haven't really been active. I mean, for years active. And you got to do more than just sit on your pretty ass and be on the internet. You have to talk to people and educate others around you in your local community, in the building that you're in, among your friends, at coffee shops, where we're constantly engaging, we're constantly dialoguing, we're constantly conversing, we're constantly sharpening each other's consciousness so that we can together become wiser. See where I'm at here. So, educate to liberate. And know that the more you learn, the more you can share with others. Overcome any fear. Fear is a great enemy of humankind. And don't be hung up on having to get the last word. No one has the corner on truth. And the more we learn about the truth, it stirs the senses, it agitates the mind so that we want to do something about it, whether that's helping to create like a local school, or helping to create a book study, or helping to create a better world. Volunteering. Now, if you're working 8 to 5 and then you're strung out on TV in the evenings, well, maybe you could be doing more. I'm a great advocate of volunteering. When I first got involved in stuff, I was volunteer a lot. You know, I was in the Maya in high school, Mexican American Youth Association. And I was worked with the United Farm Workers Organizing Committee here in Sacramento. You know, the Brown Berets, and the volunteering led to other stuff, you know, and it immensely helped me to get a job in community services. And that's not why I did it. I did it because I wanted to do something constructive with my time. I wanted to do something enlightening with my energy. So I did. So, you never know, one thing leads to another. You know, you go through one doorway that can lead to another doorway. And it's my overall emphasis in this video that we all need to be educators. We all need to be liberators. We need to educate to liberate. Think for yourself. Don't go by what the herd does, because the herd is lost. We're an endangered species. You know, we're always on the edge of World War III. We're always on the edge of economic collapse. We're always on the edge of, you know, the real caving in, where the walls come tumbling down, where the bomb falls out. Get used to it. Stay centered, grounded, and convinced of the validity of your principles. Now stick to your principles. Don't compromise them and lose them. I hope I made some sense to anybody. If I made sense to one person, then this video was worth it. Powers of truth. Stay alive.